All right, Mr. Blubs here. This is my first time ever doing this. I've never really done this before. I just decided to, I thought it might be fun to say a story of mine. And I did like a prank with a ton of friends. It was with like this abandoned barn because I own like my parents have this pretty big house and like this land, and it has a barn on it that's abandoned. And so it was really, really scary, but we've never really been to it at night. And I have a friend Harrison. He's from my best friend. He was coming in from out of state, and he was just there for the week. And one of my friends, call him John, he kind of walked up to me when we were walking to Kroger, and he's like, "Hey, so we should totally prank Harrison." And I'm like, "Okay, so what do you want to do?" And earlier that day, my friend, I'm gonna call him Jimmy, he's like, we should totally go to the barn tonight and film some stupid little skit or something. And, we were all sort of down for it. It was just some little idea that we decided to do because, why not? Because, we're sort of bored. Like, it's either that or we're just going to be sitting in my house watching YouTube. So we're sort of just walking to a grocery store because, we're in middle school and we don't get a car or anything. And I start messaging my friend from my neighborhood. I'm like, "Hey, so would you mind sneaking into the barn and just like doing something to mess with us whenever we're in there?" To like, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm totally down." And so, "You fine with going there like when it's really, really dark?" I said, "Yeah, no, I'm fine." And so I was like, "Okay, fine." And I kind of left it to him. I said, "Just kind of do whatever, just kind of freak us out or something like that." And so I kind of left it, and I actually kind of forgot about it until he messaged me later that night. It was like dark. It was like 9 p.m. And he's like, "Hey, so like, are you still up for that barn? Like, you haven't said anything." He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What if you just start walking there in like 20 minutes?" And at the time, like, we were just kind of watching YouTube. I think we were watching like a Mr. Beast video or something, like a pretty long one. And so we decided, at the end of the Mr. Beast video, I kind of got up and was like, "Okay, so everyone, remember how we said we were gonna go into the barn for the skit?" And everyone apparently forgot about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And so they kind of all get up and start getting like their shoes on and everything, because it's a little bit of a long walk. You kind of have to go over this river, and then it's just this long grass, and it was late at night, so it was a little bit grueling to even just get to the barn itself. And it's on my own, property, so obviously you wouldn't think that anyone's in it. We sort of start walking towards the barn, and my friend from the neighborhood, he's kind of been in there for like 10 to 30 minutes when by the time we start even walking there. We get to the barn, right? And it's creaking, like the wood is creaking, the metal is creaking. It's like we're in a horror movie. And it's like super quiet, no one's saying anything. There's like the wind blowing, and I'm like, "Okay, guys, welcome to the barn." And so I open the barn door, and it's like this huge sliding metal door. And my friend from the neighborhood, he just kind of has a light, and he goes, "Get in the barn!" And I hear a glass bottle just shatter on the ground, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And the freaking glass hit my leg, and I feel like I feel like it cut my leg. I honestly don't remember if it did, but I mean, if I was in that situation, I had no idea if he was like, if there was someone in the barn, and we're going in there thinking no one's in it, and then someone, like, if in a glass bottle hits my leg, like I'm out. But anyway, so everyone there just starts running, right? There's like four, 5 of us just all there, and we all bolt away. And I look behind me, and my best friend Harrison, he's rolling on the floor, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And he's like way behind of everyone, and he's the most terrifying. He's got like slides on, so he's got like the worst way for running across that. And then we got two of the biggest people group somehow ahead of everyone, and then me and my friend John kind of in the middle because we were sort of in on it, and we're running down back, and we get back to the house, and everyone's like freaking out, and me and John are just kind of playing into it, like it's like, "Yeah, no, that was terrifying." It's like, is it like homos or something? What was going on? And then I sort of realized that one of my friends, Jimmy, he starts crying, and I'm like, "Oh my," or he's not like crying, but he has like tears in his eyes, like calling his mom, like scared for his life and everything. And I'm like, "Dang," and I don't like, I kind of felt bad. So, me and John sort of spilled the beans a little bit, and we kind of said, "Oh, it was a prank, it was a prank." And so we start kind of walking back to the barn, and I call my friend from the neighborhood. It's like, "Hey, hey, so they know we're going to walk back. We're all going to meet you." And they all met him, they're having a great time. And, Jimmy was pretty upset about the whole thing and everything. And I'm like, "Oh, God, I don't want to be the, I don't want to be the reason Well, you fall into depression. Like, I feel like if I was in that situation, a lot of them thought they were gonna get like shot. That's what they're all saying. It's like, we thought we were gonna get shot, and they were all scared for their lives, like pure adrenaline, just running. Like, it was crazy. But yeah, I mean that's the story here. I don't know how long this would end up being, honestly, but um, yeah, I hope that was fun to listen to. It was just a prank with bunch of people in my barn. I know the climax wasn't really there. I mean, but it was terrifying. I mean, shattering a glass bottle, and the light. I didn't think he'd do that, but I was sort of aiming for him to just be like a homeless guy, kind of freaked out. But like that was very very interesting. But anyways, if there's like a moral to this story, if y'all want it, just I definitely say prank your friends because it's always hilarious and it'll always be like a great memory. Not gonna lie. And if you're the one orchestrating the prank, it'll be like you'll be able to have every side of it. It would be like, it's yeah. That was a bad moral.